Welcome to 2Cents FC. I'm your host, Amobi Okugo, back again with my guy, L. Each week, we'll be talking with individuals from around the soccer world, learning about their stories and getting their unfiltered thoughts and opinions. This week, we're joined by soccer's power couple, Camilo and Emily from Space United FC. We'll be talking the origins of Space United, STEM in soccer, and Space United's community mission and more. Camilo and Emily, how are you guys doing today?
Good. Thank you for having us.
Yes, doing well. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be with you too.
No, it's a pleasure to have you guys on. I know we got connected by mutual friends, and for us to have you guys on our platform, it means a lot. I think you guys are our first power couple on the show.
I'm so flattered. Thank you.
No
I think
worries.
we start getting used to that term, the power couple. That's a good one.
I love it. So we start off with two truths and a cap. We gave you guys the rundown, but Elle's going to give you the proper rundown. Forewarning, please help me out. I'm catching up. Elle's been beating me. So hopefully you guys make it easy for me.
All right.
Yeah, so like Amobi said, we like to play a little icebreaker game here. Two truths and a cap. So with this game, you guys will give us 3 facts about yourself. 2 will be true, 1 will be a lie. And Amobi and I have to guess what the lie is. So this week we'll have double the chances of winning. So we'll let you guys go separately. So Camilo, you'll go, and then Emily will go. But actually, ladies first. So Emily, you go first.
Yeah, we'll start with Emily.
Okay.
So whenever you're ready. Yep, whenever you're ready.
Okay. I bathed in a volcano before. I was an extra for the movie, the live action film of Mulan. And last one, I drove a Ducati around Portugal.
That is really tough.
I'm gonna say extra. Being an extra in the live action film of Mulan is a lie.
That's tough.
Amobi?
I will go with. You guys are well traveled, so Portugal, I can see that. Volcano, that's something. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Mulan. But
You two are good. Oh my goodness, you two are really good. I give you props for that. You are right.
Perfect. There you go, El. Good job. Okay.
All right, Camilo, go ahead. Whenever you're ready.
All right, I'll go. All right, let's see. Let's go. I have partied with Elon Musk. I have.
That's a good story.
You gotta let me finish.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
I have heterochroma, which means one of my eyes is green and the other one is hazel. And then the other one is I'm a rock star and I've played South by Southwest in Austin, where you are.
That's good.
I can't see the eye difference.
That's what I'm trying to.
So,
I'm like trying to like go.
To be on video, right?
Ooh.
I'm gonna just guess and say I'm gonna say South by Southwest. It's a lie.
Okay.
Even though it's very doable, but I'm gonna say that's a lie. Since I can't see your eyes.
Damn, that's too descriptive to like be a lie though. So I'm going. I heard Elon be partying too, so I feel like you guys are in unique crowds. Yeah, Austin, you haven't been to Austin. You've been to Austin, but not for South by Southwest. So that's the lie.
Okay. Well, I have been a rock star at South by Southwest.
Damn.
That very well. I played South by Southwest in 2007, 2008 with a college band with my brother. So we did play that twice.
Oh, wow. Nice.
I have partied with Elon Musk on all the Christmas parties at SpaceX. And the lie is the one about my eyes. I have green eyes, but they're not split.
Yeah. How do you even know the terminology for like split eyes? That's a pretty good one.
I'm a little nerdy, a little nerdy.
Okay. All right. So thank you for sharing. We'll go 1-1.
Yeah, I guess we got 1 to 1.
You have 1-1.
Not bad. 50%. Still
So
an F, but you know.
Next time when we get you guys on, we're gonna have to do like a couples, two truths and a cap.
All right.
So
That's a fun
Like
one.
the game.
yeah. But with that being said, first question we ask every guest, and we're gonna mix it up a little bit for you two. When did you fall in love with soccer, and when did you guys fall in love together?
Ooh, that's interesting because we actually fell in love together playing soccer. So there you go.
That's good podcasting right there. You
Yeah.
guys set us up with that one. Thank you.
Emily is originally from San Francisco area, so the Bay Area.
Mhm.
I was living in Texas, going to school, finishing up my aerospace engineering degree, and then I got a job in the Bay Area where I was working at a production facility. And then I was finding out places where I could play pickup soccer. I had always played soccer all my life, and I found a pickup game, and I found Emily there. So we were in opposite teams, and she can tell the rest a little bit better. But
Yeah, it was. We were invited to go to. It was the first time that I had gone to that pickup game, and the first time that he had gone to the pickup game. And so we had been invited by cousins. They're both cousins, and we just went there. We were playing on opposite teams, and I'm playing defense, and I realized, wow, this guy is lightning fast because usually people do not get through me, you know. But then this guy was getting through me every once in a while, and so I knew I had to kick it up a notch, you know. And so, but anyways, he was. I was wearing a T-shirt that said "Salsa Cubana." Because before, when I was living in the Bay Area, there was an amazing Cuban salsa scene, and I was really into dancing salsa. And so he commented on my shirt.
Yeah, I'm Latin. I'm from South America, and when I saw that, I was like, I need to find what this is about. Okay, and so that's what led it up to.
Yeah, and so I said I thanked him for that. And then said, "Hey, let's get back into the game, okay?" and then that's kind of where it began. Later on, we had some mutual friends get together, and and then we just went from there.
Oh, that's amazing.
Nice.
So
And then in terms of soccer, I mean, I've played soccer all my life since growing up in South America. When I was 4, as soon as I could walk, I think I was kicking balls and playing the sport at a competitive level in South America, and just carried over as we moved to the U.S. and continued playing in intramurals in college. Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, and soccer for me, I think I started really enjoying it as I grew. You know, I didn't play it as I was growing up, but as I started getting into more like an international scene after college, I started traveling more and, you know, learning about salsa and different cultures. And so I started playing soccer, just pick up soccer games, and I realized that, okay, well, this is really fun. And I got to meet a lot of cool people. And then also, because I liked music so much, I would actually put on my headset and I would just, you know, juggle the ball around wherever in my front yard, my backyard, and listen to music and go with the beat. And it was so relaxing and so fun. And like, it's like any type of, you're feeling nervous about something, whatever the situation is, you know, it just takes the stress away. And so that was something that I really enjoyed.
No, that's amazing how you guys incorporate soccer not only into your relationship, but you know things that you do, you know, within the culture, within your own personal lives, and different things like that. As soccer fans, are you guys support the same squads, or is it, you know, a little bit of a rivalry? Who do you guys support?
His favorite team is, of course, Barca,
Yeah.
right? So
sorry about today.
I watch with him when I can. You know, we have 4 kids, so it's kind of hard to, you know, have both of us be able to do things together sometimes. But yeah, so I just watch it with him, and I love Messi, so that's me.
Yeah, I follow the South American leagues, mainly the Colombian, Argentinian leagues. In Colombia, I liked following Millonarios. That I actually for Millonarios when I was 14, 15. I played in the youth development club for Millonarios. So I keep following that club. On the international level, I follow the Premier and La Liga mostly. But I like Barcelona. I think their level of play and Messi, I think for me.
Yeah.
Top one.
You can't go wrong with supporting Messi. So,
Yeah.
how did Space United come about? Talk about its origin. Talk about how you guys came together to build Space United.
Yeah. So, Space United, just off the bat, was like the culmination and realization of two passions that for me were in the academics, particularly space exploration and football being part of my just culture and upbringing and playing soccer throughout my life. But it started when I got a job at SpaceX, 7 years ago in Los Angeles. I had, like I mentioned, I had played soccer all my life, playing at high competitive levels in South America, and when I moved, across different states. And I was looking for a team that I can join while I was working, and I was having a hard time finding a club that matched my schedule and just overall just that had synergies with what I was looking for, essentially. So I decided to just create my own team. And so I put out an ad in our internal community at SpaceX, and pretty quickly I got interest from other coworkers who also had soccer be a big part of their upbringings, and that's how it began. It started as SpaceX Football Club originally, and as we started playing tournaments in the local leagues in LA, we started getting more involved with the community. We started seeing the potential of what Space United was going to be, because we saw the possibilities that we had as a platform to provide communities with information on space exploration, but more so than that, also take like an active approach of reaching out to our communities to make sure that they have STEM resources. There's diversity in space exploration and in STEM, because even for me, that was a big part of my career through space. Like I wanted to see more people that share different, same ideas with also different communities that can join in together in the space exploration, because we're going to need all of this mixture of ideas together in order to come up with the best plan to explore the space. And so that's a little bit of how I started, just sort of the concept of helping and giving back the community. And yeah, it's been 7 years. I since moved to Seattle, where I work now for Blue Origin. We're also doing space exploration and founded a second club here in Seattle. And so now I have my brother, who also worked at SpaceX in LA. He manages the operations of the LA club, and then I'm here in Seattle managing operations for Seattle.
No, that's amazing. So
It's kind of a rivalry, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like
how do you
SpaceX
navigate
versus
the
Blue
rivalry?
Origin.
Yeah. What was that?
I said it's kind of a rivalry, isn't it? SpaceX versus Blue Origin.
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
space
I
race.
think the space community is very interested, and it's very cool in terms of how those rivalries sometimes are seen. I guess from a surface, you would obviously think that they're big rivals. They have big rival CEOs, right? But from a space community perspective, there's a very like cohesive community that wants the whole industry to succeed, because this is such a like it goes beyond borders and beyond companies. What the endeavor of getting to space and going back to the moon and going to Mars is, and so when a company succeeds, it's really celebrated among all the community in the space industry. And so even when right now, me at Blue Origin, I hear success stories at SpaceX continuing to happen. There's a big positive uproar inside the community, just being positive about the successes of other companies, not just SpaceX and Blue Origin, but there's many companies that are also doing that in all over the world, but LA area being a big hub for it.
Yeah, and I can add to that. I think like our team started out as a SpaceX team. So the name was originally SpaceX, right? Mm-hmm. And so we were actually sponsored by SpaceX at that time. And then we realized that we had a lot of other, like we had a growing network of people from other space companies as well who wanted to join. And so when Camilo made the transition to Blue Origin as well, and then his brother went to Northrop Grumman as well. So then they drew in more people from the space industry. And then we had somebody from Relativity Space as well. And so it just organically grew to Space United.
Yeah, to involve more communities.
No, that's a great point. And I think it speaks to the correlation between space and soccer. You know, you have a lot of different communities, but at the end of the day, it's about bringing people together for the greater good, whether it's space exploration, soccer exposure in the communities that may not have the means to play. You know, everyone has their different styles of play, different cultures, but when the World Cup comes around or Champions League comes around, everyone comes together and is celebrating a good goal. So, I personally love what you guys are doing. Can you speak about, you know, different things from the STEM aspect? I know STEM is a big, you know, piece on education that's not utilized nearly enough, and you guys are doing a great job expanding that.
Yeah, thank you for that question.
Before you do that, though, I'm sorry to cut you off.
Oh, no,
can we back up a little bit and just talk about you guys' backgrounds? So, Camilo, Emily, what you guys' background?
From like cultural background or
like professionally, culturally, professionally, yeah.
Okay. I was born in South America in Bogota, Colombia. I moved, you know, throughout. I was living in Ecuador for a couple of years. My dad works in the energy sector, and so that's how we ended up moving to Texas. We landed in Texas back in 2001. And then I started really focusing on engineering and education when we got here. I went to Texas A&M and got my bachelor's degree in aerospace engineering. And then eventually I got the opportunity to join SpaceX in 2014. And I joined SpaceX then. And that's a little bit of my story.
Nice. Emily, what about you?
Hi. We had a little visitor.
We got the star of the show.
So, I'm a mama to 4 Taiwanese Colombian kids. I play soccer in my spare time. I am also the director of communications at Space United. And so I actually recently, I landed in a job in education. And so as an educator for a Title I dual language, so they speak Spanish there. It's a dual language middle school. And so Title I it means that they receive government funding because they have a lot of low income children who go to that school. And so it's been such an amazing experience for me. And so what happened was, after starting at this school, I realized how a lot of the children there, who are majority Latinos, they really needed strong role models who look like them, or at least can understand what it feels like to be a minority and come from backgrounds where they happen to go through hardships, immigrants, things like that. And so I invited the Space United brothers, which is Camilo, his brother Sebastian, who had worked at SpaceX with him, and then also his 2 other brothers who happened to be engineers as well, and his dad, who is an engineer, mechanical engineer as well. And so we had them. The school was so happy about this when I had mentioned the idea. And so we were very excited to be able to bring this to all the students. So they came in and they talked to about 120 students as part of the dual language program. And they spoke about their career, spoke about their passions and incorporating their passions of soccer with their careers, and also how, soccer and academics taught them really important skills in their lives, and how soccer was always able to complement their academics as well. You know, it's something that boosts your health and your emotional health as well. And so the kids, I had never seen them pay as much attention as I did that day. And so everybody was blown away. And so from there, we really started developing this community outreach program and see what we can do and see how we can become role models for these kids and interest them. Because, like traditional STEM has a bit of a branding problem. It doesn't reach a wide range of people, and it doesn't bring in enough diversity. And so a lot of times doesn't interest youth as well, the way that it's branded. And so we are working on, we feel like this is a good solution to the branding problem, because kids, they're just drawn in, soccer, space and soccer two of humanity's greatest feats. It's like we're space, we're soccer, where minds and bodies are active, full of positive purpose. And so we really found this is a great platform for us to reach, for us to inspire more diversity and more youth in STEM education and STEM careers.
No, that's amazing. Camila, is your middle name or last name like engineer? Your whole family's everyone's an engineer in your family. That's amazing. And
we have five engineers in the family. Yeah.
no, that's really amazing. I love how you guys combine, soccer, space, education, and for the young kids, how you guys keep them engaged. That's the biggest thing, because you can always tell people, this is how you're supposed to do this. This is how you're supposed to do that. But when you make it fun and engaging and things that they're not able to grasp in a more tangible way, that's what the development's all about. So to that point, what does that look like from, STEM? You talked about it being hard to brand, hard to kind of be creative with it. So what does it look like from Space United standpoint and what you guys are doing in some of the underserved communities that you serve?
Yeah, so definitely the last year with the pandemic has thrown sort of a wrench in the education system. And on our perspective, it has given us the ability to be more present in different communities and connecting with different educational systems. So we've typically what it looks like when we are working with schools, we do communications like the videos just like this one, where we can connect with students. We tell the stories of our careers and how the correlation between sports and it played in our lives growing up. And then we're developing some modules that now we're working with school as they start to getting back online and into the classroom, where we can be present and also bring soccer, interactive soccer activities that correlate to STEM. We talk about physics, we talk about the laws of motion, and sort of take those into consideration when they're kicking a ball. We also have tech ball. I don't know if you're familiar with tech ball, but tech ball is a sport that's played on. It's almost like soccer tennis, but it has been very helpful
like
in terms of
the ping pong table, correct? Like
it's played almost like a ping pong table, and it's helpful because it's mobile, so we can take this table to different locations and then play soccer. We typically do the conversations and then a last portion of it in the tech ball, where we just show some of the elements that we've touched in some of the modules. So far we've connected. The fact of the pandemic has given us the ability to really be wide open in terms of where we connect. We've connected with schools in South America, schools in Washington, LA, Seattle, and now Dubai. So it's been a really fun experience, and in terms of how our reach can get out to, it's been fun.
No,
and we also have a really cool program. We've partnered with Blue Origin's Club for the Future, and we do this Send a Postcard to Space program. And so Space United has our own twist on this. So envision the future of sports in space. And then we have a postcard, which is on our website, and you just draw. You can describe wherever your imagination takes you, and you send that postcard in, and they fly it on the New Shepard rocket, Blue Origin, and then it comes back with a flown to space stamp on there. So that's something that's generated a lot of excitement with a lot of kids, and we're seeing a good response with that as well.
That's an absolute game changer.
And you guys can do it too. If you want to send a postcard to space, go ahead and send us a postcard, right, and draw what you've envisioned the future of sports being played in space, and we'll send it to space. We'll
definitely get a 2-cent sports card out there in space.
Yeah.
Most definitely got. We're definitely gonna have that information in the show notes for anyone else as well. But definitely count me in for that for sure. So I'm not gonna shift gears, but I want to ask a question that might you might answer, you might not. Say, all right, you're playing tech ball. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Richard Branson. I know there are 3 leaders when it comes to space exploration. Who are you choosing as your partner for tech ball?
Oh, that's a good question. On the doubles game, I think I'll choose Jeff Bezos. I'll probably go with Jeff Bezos because he looks pretty fit. I think he can find his footing and he looks quick. I'll probably go with Jeff Bezos.
It's a good answer. It's a good answer.
Smart answer.
Smart answer. Well, with that being said, have they obviously pre-pandemic, pre-COVID? Did any of them come to any matches that you guys held and different things like that?
So when we were in Los Angeles, for the past 6 years, we played a lot of big tournaments, and we had a lot of different leadership come from SpaceX in particular, because that's who the team was representing back in those years. We were part of a big tournament called the Association LA, which was an incredible event where influencers in the sports, but also music and different technology came together for this tournament. And some of our leadership were able to come by and visit us for the tournament. I don't think I ever saw Elon there, but definitely there's some soccer heads in the company. Particularly, there's a lot of people from the UK who were part of the company and are still part of the company who also enjoy sports and football in particular. So some of them did make it to watch a couple of games.
Yeah, those guys, they kind of keep themselves busy for the most part.
I can only imagine. So, so what's next for Space United? I feel like you guys have a lot of wonderful things in the works, wonderful collaborations in store. But what is your two's ultimate vision and mission as you guys continue to move forward in this space?
Yeah, so I think as we continue going down the path of realizing the big platform that we had and the potential that we had to inspire communities really around the world, it's really given us the legs to start thinking about how else we can make our voice expand further, so we can inspire more communities for more diverse space industries. And so in thinking out those plans for the team, we are working on a professional club. So I think ultimately we see a flagship team that can represent any communities that want to be a part of Space United and who feel inspired by the stories that develop with some of these athletes growing up in different communities, different diversities, but eventually made it out to be in the space industry and making a difference in the community. So Space United is working on a professional club. So we are definitely putting our heads together, and we have a team of a front office team that is putting our heads together to make it happen. And we're making connections in the right places to ensure we also give back to our communities in that sense. And also we are very focused on driving support for the two teams that we have in LA and Seattle to continue to provide a space for space engineers to be also involved in soccer and then playing. Even as their professional engineering careers develop, we always wanted to get back into soccer. And for me personally, soccer has always been part of my life. So I always want to keep playing. And even though I can't keep up with the 20-year-olds anymore, I feel like I can still keep going.
For sure. It's experience at this level.
Yeah, we're developing those two amateur teams and supporting those. And even from that perspective, there's been a lot of interest from other space cities, if you will, that have expressed interest about having their own chapter, if you will. So Cape Canaveral, it's been one of them. I think Austin has been in conversations because SpaceX now has a big facility in Austin, and there's Firefly Aerospace, which is also a space company in Austin. So I think down the line, we'll start also thinking about developing a few other cities for professionals in those areas.
That's amazing.
So what in the same?
Yeah, and also we have plans to open up a Space United Academy as well. So this academy, we want to be teaching like an international perspective on soccer. So it's going to be competitive level soccer, but also we want to infuse space STEM concepts on the field, because I feel a lot of these things, like a lot of these concepts, like if you're talking about like force or motion or velocity, like a lot of these kids, they understand they don't understand the concept, the name for it, but they know it when they feel it with their bodies, when they're kicking a ball and it bounces back to them, when they kick a ball and friction stops it, you know? And so these kids, it's just such a powerful way to infuse these concepts. And so the kids can understand these concepts and really connect to them and, you know, possibly, you know, find interest in a STEM career and education along the way.
No, I think that's amazing, especially as you consider like data analytics getting more involved in soccer and sports. And I remember that show Sports Science. And I feel like with what you guys do with Space Academy, or what you guys are doing with Space Academy, it's just going to even break it down even more. And that gets athletes, players, young students more excited. So it's like, maybe I'm Messi size, I'm 5'6", 5'7", but I can hit the ball 90 miles per hour because of the angle I'm hitting it at. Or I'm able to curve it by, you know, or I'm able to shield a defender because of the balance. And, you know, so I'm excited to see what you guys come up with. And I know Elle had a question because I could see him smiling. And he's excited.
Oh, no, I just think it's an incredibly dope approach to like an academy system. You know, like you tend to always think about the sports side of it, but the education, like, and how those two things can kind of marry themselves together. I think what you guys have at Space United is very, very unique, and it's definitely super dope. So any way that we can help, you know, or be involved, like, just let us know.
We're so happy to hear that. Okay, we'll definitely keep that in mind.
Yeah, soccer drills.
We definitely want to bring this to you know, more African American kids as well, like, and kind of help introduce them to STEM as well as the game of soccer. That's one of our missions, is kind of introducing more African American kids to the game of soccer. So I think this is like almost a perfect way to kind of do both things. I think both things are important.
We actually did one of our first community outreach over Zoom when the pandemic started, which was at a predominantly Black African American school in Washington, D.C. And we got to talk like one-on-one with students who they were very interested about space. Like they are actually generally very curious and interested. Yeah. And it's an amazing opportunity. Typically, I do the talks with my brother, and it was a back and forth with students where they can, you know, very informal, where they can raise their hand, ask questions. And I think you're exactly right. I think it's an opportunity for us to reach a diverse community, so that they can also learn about engineering, STEM, but also space in particular, which is where we work, and we see a potential gap that we want to fill.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, that's amazing. So can you guys break down what a professional team would look like? Like, what league would it be in, or like what's the protocol around that?
Yes. So right now let's see. So we are looking, and we have been in conversations with leagues. And we recently came from, actually, I was mentioned earlier, we were in Chattanooga at the NISA Legends Cup final. And so we have been in a very nice and open relationship with NISA. And so I'll just say that. But this summer is actually a very exciting summer for us, because we are going to be, now that soccer is coming back online, and maybe not so much in California, but here in Seattle it's moving, and I think it eventually will move quicker in California. But we have very exciting plans for the summer to sort of kick off our approach to professional soccer. We probably see it a year away from getting there. But we've been in talks with some organizations, and particularly NISA is one that we align in terms of relegation, promotion, and the way that they're approaching the development of soccer in USA. That I think aligns with our values.
No, I appreciate it. Yeah, I know you're probably not allowed to share too much, but I appreciate you guys being transparent and giving us a little hint to stay tuned with what you guys got going on.
So this summer is going to be exciting. I'll just say that. You'll see it on some of our social media.
Perfect. Speaking of social media and like logo, you guys have an amazing logo.
I was just about to say that.
You mind showing the hat real quick? That's really cool.
Yeah, this is our space hat.
Okay. We're definitely going to have that in the show notes as well. Yeah, it's a good.
Dope.
Yeah, it's real cool.
You guys have some really dope kits as well. Like, I've been keeping track of you guys, like, adjacently. So
thank you. We have an amazing
stuff.
designer as part of the team, for sure.
Perfect. So I got a question, just because I'm low-key a conspiracy theorist, and I'm interested in space. And I imagine when you guys speak to some of the kids, they're always curious, always asking funny questions. How many times have you guys been asked, did we really land on the moon?
I get asked a lot, but not just kids, even adults.
Okay.
I think actually mostly adults ask me that.
Mostly adults?
Yeah. The kids tend to actually believe that we went to the moon, which we did. I get asked that by adults mostly, actually. Kids always tend to ask us very funny questions about how do astronauts go to the bathroom, and also, well, how far can you kick a ball in the moon, and will it go to space and go into orbit?
Yeah.
So
they like to ask a lot of questions about how you incorporate your passions, like two passions together like that. So they're very interested in that as well.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. I appreciate you guys sharing that. And also, lastly, favorite space movie. I've seen Interstellar. I've seen Hidden Figures, but I know there's a bunch. So I'm a big movie guy. So any recommendations, please share with me.
Interstellar was really good. I really like Interstellar. It was complex in terms of the technicalities, but I thought it stayed pretty, pretty close to technical truths. So I really like that one.
What's the one with Matt Damon?
The Martian.
The Martian. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, there was another one that it was a long time ago, like in 2000s. With the what was the name of that? Contact.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm always looking for new movies.
I'm a big sci-fi guy. Do you guys watch The Expanse?
I've not watched that one.
It's a show. Yeah, The Expanse. It's a show on Prime. It's on Amazon Prime. I think they have like 4 seasons, but basically it's a show about sort of political, but it's like a space sci-fi show as well. So you have people from Earth, then you have the people who colonized Mars, and then their generations. Then you have the people who grew up and lived on space stations and like were born in the asteroid belt. So there's these 3 kind of like caste systems.
That is
right?
So cool.
And they're all kind of at odds with each other. But, there is this proto molecule that was discovered, and this molecule is so powerful that it has the power to like shift the balance of power across these 3 factions. So definitely check it out. It's a really, really, really dope show.
We might have got 3 new fans now.
Check it out.
We're not very far from making a settlement in Mars. So I think it's coming in the next 10 years, man. I think we will make it to Mars. Definitely we'll send a vehicle to Mars in the next 2 to 4 years, and then seeing some people in the next 10. Yeah.
Another cool one is For All Mankind on Apple TV Plus.
Yes. I did hear about that one. I gotta catch that one.
That's a really good one. We can talk about your moon question. So that's
okay. Y'all tapped in. So within 10 years, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
There'll be a settlement in Mars. Would you go to Mars?
Well, of course. I mean, I just need to see some other people go first, though. I need to see a couple other people go first.
Yeah.
Make sure they come back all right.
The thing about going to Mars, you will be able to return. It takes 2 years for the orbits of Earth and Mars to be at the closest to one another, where a traveling to Mars makes sense.
Okay.
And so it takes about 2 years for that orbit to align. And so you'll be able to go, and your mission will probably last 2 years before you could come back.
I might,
How long does it take to get from Earth to Mars at its shortest point?
Yeah, exactly, at the shortest point. And then your travel from Earth to Mars will be around 4 months or so, which was not very different from when, the conquistadores came from Spain to America. It was about a 4-month boat trip. And so if you think about those terms, I think it'd be possible to make those trips.
It's a long time in space, man.
Yeah.
You need a large ship because I'll get claustrophobic.
Yeah, let me see the first iteration.
It's gonna be a nice ship. It's gonna be like a cruise ship where you can do exercise and have fun.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I might do that.
Yeah, especially with the way the culture is going, like, freelance economy and like, YOLO. Yeah, why not? 2 years, just, chill out. And nice. Meet some new folks. That's amazing. What you got? You have any questions?
No, we covered most of them. Like, this has been a very, very, very dope conversation. So let's jump into one of our favorite parts of the show. No card, yellow card, red card. So this is a rapid fire segment of the show where I'll read off a couple of news topics. It could be sports news, it could be pop culture news, what have you. But you'll give your thoughts on that topic using the soccer card system. So no card is I agree with it or I'm cool with it, I'm fine with it. Yellow card is I go either way. Yeah. And red card is I disagree or I'm not cool with that. And give us a little explanation of why you gave it that card. So the both of you guys will give your individual ratings along with the Amobi. I think we have 2 today.
Yeah.
So,
I might try to add one in, but right now we have 2.
All right. So you guys got it? Got the rules? Everything?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, cool. First one. No card, yellow card, red card. Spotify founder Daniel Ek is preparing a bid to purchase Arsenal, but the Cronky said they won't sell. So what card are you giving Daniel for this attempt to buy Arsenal FC?
Spotify to purchase Arsenal FC. I would give it. I think I can go with that. So I'll give it a no card, meaning I agree, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no card. I'll give it no card. I like Spotify, and I think Arsenal needs some help to come out of that section of the table.
Yeah.
So I think that could be a good partnership.
Yeah.
What do you think, Emily?
Well, listening to Camilo's reasoning, I haven't heard anything about this, but I would say based on his reasoning, I can go for a no card too.
Okay.
Yeah.
What you think, Amobi?
I was gonna say no card, but then I found out that there was a funny someone made a funny meme that Spotify's prices went up on Monday, and then he tweeted that he wanted to buy the team on Wednesday. So I'm gonna give him a yellow card for that. But outside of that, I think it was good. Shoot your shot. Put it out there that put the pressure on him. So I think it was. Yeah, I'm for real. My real answer is no card. I just thought it was funny. He raised the prices for Spotify and, announces he wants to buy the team 2 days later.
Yeah. We need something, man, because I'm an Arsenal fan, so I've been suffering for years. But hopefully this is a bright light at the end of the tunnel and they'll sell with the right offer. But as of right now, they're saying they won't. But yeah. All right, so next one. So this one was about For All Mankind, but you guys haven't seen it. But I'll call it out anyway. So no card, yellow card, red card. For All Mankind is a top 10 TV show about space. It's what card would we give that take?
Members of our team have watched For All Mankind, and they attest to how good it is. And these are members of our front office, so I would say no card because I trust their instincts and their opinions. So I would say no card on that one. And I have to catch it. I just need to get access to Apple.
Exactly. Yeah, I go for a no card too. Yeah, our front office, bunch of cool people who we work with, we call them the mission control. So mission control says it's a great show. I'm going with no card too.
Perfect.
For sure.
I got to give a yellow card because it's on Apple. I'm a Spotify user, so that's the only reason why.
But you got an iPhone.
I got an iPhone, but I don't got Apple. I don't got Apple TV. So
I do. I think I would give a yellow on that sense too. I think it needs to be another platform.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can get Apple TV Plus on Fire Stick too. They have the app on Fire Stick. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Unless someone wants to
No excuses.
share that login with me, then we good.
Hey, let's get an account. We got 4 people here.
Yeah, that's true. Family account.
You can watch all the space movies you want. It's on all the platforms.
Okay.
All right. Well, Moby, did you have another one, or was that it?
No, that's it. But I did want to ask another question. That's our no card, yellow card, red card segment. But you guys talk about space and physics and formations and how you guys correlate soccer and science. What's your favorite formation? I thought that would be an interesting question to ask in perception to space, physics, force, motion, angles, and soccer as a whole.
When I was growing up, I was very used to playing the 4-4-2, like that 2-striker formation. But then later in my years, and I started seeing more and more this 4-3-3 developing with like 3 attackers. Mm-hmm. And I always thought, man, this leaves so much space in the middle. But I think with the right players that can run those wings, I would go with the 4-3-3 formation for more attacking.
Okay. Nice. Okay. That's all I got. How about you, Emily? You have a formation?
No, when it comes to soccer, I'm not that technical. I can run and I can get the ball away from people. So I just use it as a support and an exercise. So Camilo was the one to ask. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Did Camilo try to make you when you guys first played each other?
I think I did try. I probably did. I'm pretty sure I made.
No, for sure.
Let's set the record straight. All right, perfect. Okay. So Emily, Camilo, thank you guys so much for joining the podcast and the show. For anyone that may want to connect with you guys, support Space Academy, Space United, all the wonderful things that you guys got going on, where can they find you? If they want to send a postcard to space, if they want to go to space, where they can find you?
Yes, definitely. If you want to learn more about the Postcard to Space, more about the club, more about the future plans of the summer leagues, and as we work towards going professional, check our website. I think our website is a one-stop shop, spaceunited.com. And you can also reach us out on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Space United FC.
And we're always happy to connect with people in the community. And so please stay connected with us.
And if you're an educator, make sure you reach out, because we are always looking out for communities where we can come to community outreach talks. We've already connected with schools in our communities in LA, Seattle, and we continue to connect with schools outside of our area. So if you are listening and want to talk about careers and diversity in space and STEM, reach us out.
No, yeah, you heard it here first. If you want to connect with what they got going on, support, get merch. If you're an educator, if you're a soccer player or trainer or coach, provide some drills. I think it's amazing what Space United is doing, and the Space Academy, how they collaborate soccer and space and all the wonderful STEM it's involved. You haven't really seen anything like it from this standpoint. So make sure you guys support from that standpoint. El, you have anything before we close it out?
Nope. And just support. Do whatever you can to help their mission. No pun intended.
Yeah. I know we're going to get involved for sure. Yeah,
we'll definitely be reaching out, and we'll talk offline.
Yeah, so
we'll do. Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, it was a pleasure to talk to you. I love how you guys you are interested, your level of interest and enthusiasm for space. We really enjoy that, and so thank you for having us.
Most definitely.
Thanks for coming on.
So that's our show for this week. Subscribe, rate, and review. It helps us get discovered. Follow us on the socials at 2Cents FC. Check out our merch at 2centsports.shop. As you can see, El's rocking the hat. It helps support the show if you want to have us continue to get wonderful guests like Camilo and Emily. And tweet us your comments on the show and any topics you want me or El to discuss. That's it. Every Friday, you already know what it is, 2Cents FC. Hope you guys Sorry. See you guys soon.
Peace out.